From Jennifer Lawrence falling at almost every red carpet event to Fergie peeing her pants during a concert, here are the times celebrities humiliated themselves in public. Starting off with an ex-member of Bridgerton's cast, Regé-Jean Page.
If I were truly courting you, I would not need flowers. Only 5 minutes alone with you in a drawing room.
He was invited to the Charles Finch and Chanel pre-BAFTA dinner in London. The event was attended by a bunch of celebs, which makes the incident 10 times more embarrassing. So, what happened? Page arrived at the exclusive event with his girlfriend, Emily Brown. He was walking a step behind her as she talked to him. Then, without his girlfriend even noticing, poor Regé tripped over the side of the pavement. The star was dressed in an all-pink ensemble with white shoes. He looked absolutely terrified, as the realization dawned on him that there was nothing he could do to save himself. Now, he's been rumored to play James Bond, but his entrance wasn't exactly screaming 007. Well, it seems like the Bridgerton star has a good humor. He was pictured laughing at his clumsiness before he picked himself back up. The nasty fall left him on his behind, and he gave the camera the most awkward side-eye ever before he made it inside. Still, he posed for some well-composed shots when inside the event. Now, Regé's only been caught falling once by the cameras.
Thank you.
But this next actress can't exactly claim the same. Jennifer Lawrence is a pro at falling. I guess when you fall that many times, it stops being so embarrassing. Or does it? Only J-Law can tell. Everyone's eyes are on her during red carpet events, not just because of her stunning looks, but also because she's bound to make a stumble. It's happened so many times. Remember when she won Best Actress in 2013? It was an amazing honor, but the moment was truly made memorable when she tripped on the stairs and almost fell on her face.
Nominated in this category for Winter's Bone.
You guys are just standing up because you feel bad that I fell, and that's really embarrassing, but thank you. This is nuts.
Later in an interview, she said that her dress was very long and she was advised to kick it as she walked. Because of that, she kept repeating "kick walk" in her head, which she then started saying as "cake walk." This distraction left her thinking about cake rather than her dress, and she suffered quite the nasty stumble on her way to the stage. Well, no matter what, she always keeps her head held high, but maybe she should look down every once in a while.
A little bit of a hubbub about it here at the Ace, which I love so much, but it's night and day different because it's really just the length of the show.
Speaking of cake, this next singer once became hostage to a giant frosted cake on live TV. I'm talking about Katy Perry, of course. While performing at the MTV Latin America Awards, Katy decided to add a twist to her performance. As she belted her single, "I Kissed a Girl," she decided to jump into a giant pink frosted cake. It must have seemed like a fun original idea at the time, but it quickly turned into a nightmare. When the time came for her to get out of the cake, Katy found that she had become well and truly stuck inside it. Of course, being covered with frosting doesn't exactly allow for a full range of motion, and when she was finally able to break free, she fell on her face. Like Jennifer, Katy didn't just fall once, but several times. The audience would cheer loudly every time she fell. At one point, she gave up and just lay on the stage laughing. The singer eventually had to be carried off stage. Even though all of this happened on live TV, Katy was a trooper, and she had a smile on her face throughout. Now, you might not expect this next singer to have embarrassed herself ever. She's just so perfect and put together. But Queen Bee is human too. Beyonce has spent a big chunk of her life on stage, performing. That means she's pretty much perfected the art of it, but it also means that she's messed up a couple of times. Now, she is the queen for a reason, and one thing about Bey, if she falls down, she'll be back up before you even know it. If we're counting, then she's fallen a total of 9 times.
Juliet and Juliet felt the same. And Juliet.
But the most embarrassing one was definitely during the Beyonce Experience tour. She fell down 12 whole steps. Thankfully, she didn't get injured at all, but the hit that kind of thing takes on your pride is quite intense. This next performer has had even more years of experience than Beyonce, but you know what that means. More opportunities to embarrass yourself in public. Madonna is no stranger to bad moments. Now, this 64-year-old is still performing at sold-out shows today, so this didn't really hurt her reputation that much. It's just a hilarious moment that we'll remember forever. Look, we all know that things don't always go to plan, but that's especially true for the world of showbiz. This is a lesson Madonna surely learned at the 2015 Brit Awards. The singer wore a long, flowing cape during her performance that was supposed to be ripped off by a fellow dancer while she sang Living for Love. But it seems like he did his job a little too well, and he ended up pulling Madonna along with the cape. The poor woman was sent flying off the stage like a real superhero, cape soaring behind her and all. Ouch! That's not only embarrassing, but painful. On-stage embarrassing moments are just in another ballpark. Just ask this singer, who experienced an upset stomach in front of a sea of adoring fans. Justin Bieber probably cringes when he thinks of this moment. In 2012, 18-year-old Justin Bieber got ready to perform at a packed show in Glendale, Arizona. During the show, he left his audience stunned. No, not by his mere presence and talent, but because of the fact that he puked not once, but twice, in front of the entire crowd. To make matters worse, this was the opening night of his massive world tour. I'm sure he must have wanted to put on a memorable performance. And well, this one will definitely be hard to forget. Poor Justin later explained the mishap to his fans. He said that it was probably because of the milk he drank earlier, and because he's a dedicated artist, Bieber actually carried on the show after his outburst, after a very heartfelt apology to his fans. Now, I've shown you some of the ways celebs have humiliated themselves on stage, but I think this next star took it to the next level. Fergie gave us what was probably the worst stage fail in history. She's remembered as the only girl in the Black Eyed Peas who provided some stunning vocals to their songs. Later, she went solo and explored a career in TV, fashion, and music. But another thing she's very well remembered for is a very unfortunate incident in 2005. The Black Eyed Peas arrived pretty late to the concert. There was a lot of rushing around, and they just had to bolt to the stage. Well, in the middle of all this ruckus, Fergie wasn't able to make it to the toilet, which led to a very, very unfortunate incident. In the middle of their song, Let's Get It Started, it seems like Fergie's bladder took the advice, and she peed her pants. The iconic photo will live on forever, but Fergie didn't let a hint of shame come on her face, and she finished her performance loud and proud. And last but not least, let's take a look at a gorgeous actress who had a shocking wardrobe malfunction, but she didn't let it faze her one bit. Sofia Vergara. It was the 2012 Emmy Awards, and Modern Family was about to win the Outstanding Comedy Award. But before that, cast member Sofia Vergara stole the show. The designer dress she was in was a little bit too tight, and it seems like a struggle went on between her butt and the dress, with the butt emerging victorious. Sofia quickly ran backstage with her team to fix herself up. Now, all this was pretty embarrassing, but Sofia did not care. In fact, she even tweeted a picture of the malfunction. And with that, these are the celebrities who have humiliated themselves in public. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.